Merry Christmas! Anybody like my Rams gear? It's the only time I get to wear it, so I put it on constantly. I sleep in the damn thing, try to get as much use out of it as possible. When the hell am I gonna wear this at? But I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I haven't shaved though, but oh well. I gotta be fresh for Christmas Eve. Can't waste it on you guys. Jeez. I know you didn't come here to hear me talk. Oh wait, shit. Half this thing is me talking. You did come here to hear me talk, and you like it. I read this thing that said if you stare at people and tell them, they'll listen. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, donate. Did it work? Yeah, alright.
Tag a friend who would be this ghost. Or would this be you?
Oh my god, whoa, what's this one doing? Are you okay? The gateway behind me just said SLUT.
This ghost gets way freakier at the
No.
It's coming up.
Oh my god, what is he doing? Did he just, it looked like he just smacked his own butt. He or she. Are you trying to scare me? There he is. There he is. He keeps coming over. Oh my god, did you see that? He reached his hand out and then a shadow went across the screen.
And a couple more sus
keeps
messages
coming
from
over.
the spirit.
Alright, I think we're about done here. Satan. It just said Satan behind me on the other one. Why do you keep saying F you? The devil.
Alright, be honest. Which one of you starts dancing back? Who gets into it? Who does a little... How do you throw ghost ones? Got you, girl. Got you, girl. Sorry, I'm a little awkward about it because I've never been to a strip club before. I've never done stuff like that. In my life, I've been deprived. Actually, if there's some girls out there, girls only, who want to send me some videos and some pictures and stuff, I guess because it's the holiday time, I would be persuaded to enjoy them and look at them. Girls only. Because I know that there's no way guys would send it and then I click on it and thinking it's a girl and it'd pop up and be a dude's junk. Guys would never do that. I know everybody online is very responsible. They care about my feelings. They would never do stuff to hurt me intentionally or just be rude or mean because they had a bad day. I love people online. They're the classiest, maturest people ever. Merry Christmas, everyone.
So let's take a look at the original clip right now and see if we see anything sus. Well, that is strange right there. So the darker would be representative of colder temperature, right? I'm already seeing, oh, look at that. Why is it pushing cold in a direction that the orb's not traveling? Do you see that? Do you see those long lines? Yeah, that's pretty strange, and there's still a shadow there. After the plane vanished, look. You see that? It's still there. I mean, you're trying to cover it up. You could do a better job than that. That looks like a plane. So, look at the orbs. There's a cold mass in front of them. That's not right. It's supposed to be behind them, trailing them, not in front of them. You can see that throughout the original clip too, where it was actually projecting almost across the screen in the opposite direction. But a lot of times whenever you...
So when this first came out, people thought it was fake, and then they went through the whole process of vetting it, and then they found out that one airman, I believe, got in trouble, and then another one who was Army, because they recorded it off of satellite that was not supposed to ever be seen. That's why there's information in the bottom right corner, I believe, when you're looking at the original video. That one is people ran it through heat signature thermal to see what it would look like, if it would be real or not. And as you can see, even the spears have it on the back end, which led people to believe it was processing something in a certain way. Once it calculated the numbers and it got it already, then it disappeared because it took the matter and put it somewhere else. Now, people have been talking about displacement like that for quite a while, whether we have the technology or not. Some general came out recently saying that we do, but it's up to you to believe that kind of stuff because, I mean, honestly, that video shows it happening. Everybody really, that was Flight 93, I believe, Malaysia. They all disappeared in real life. It's not like they ever came back. So, what happened? Where did they go? Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it wasn't us. Maybe that was aliens that got them. I mean, you tell me, what do you think it was? Because it's very interesting either way.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that hears that and think maybe it's possible they can talk? Because that ow sounded really, really real. You think Tom and Jerry was just a documentary? I got problems. Jesus Christ. It's probably these little mushrooms I take. Doctor prescribed them. I take them. Feel Good was his name. And these little people run around like little tiny things. I've been calling them Smurfs. I know it sounds dumb, but I don't know. It's funny to me.
That artist Lil RT, you know Lil RT?
Where's he based out of?
He like 9 years old. He rapping, and he's like a gangster rapper. 9 years old. And
Not like
I
on
think,
that TK way, remember TK?
yeah, but you ain't heard that song he got going viral called 60 Miles? Come on, Jet. He gonna be, if he make it past 18 years old, I'd be surprised. Because here's what y'all is not acknowledging about this. He's still young. You see, we can clown somebody like Drake and be like, bro, why do you want to be a gangster and you rich already? When we say, hey yo, why you want to be a gangster and you rich? You too, like, you supposed to be trying to get out of that. But the thing about him being 9 years old, famous, and making gangster rap at 9 years old, he got a long way to go. You can't call him dumb for being rich and being successful and still wanting to be a gangster and be thugging at 13 years old. He ain't even made 13 years old yet. So he gonna still want to be part of the clique, part of his friends, doing what they do. And y'all enabling him. So you know what's gonna happen? He gonna be so famous at 12 years old thugging, and somebody gonna catch him. Cause you can't tell him nothing. He's a child. So you can tell a 22-year-old like, bro, you tripping, bro. Like, you gotta get out the streets, bro. You rich. Like, you gotta get out the streets, bro. You can't be thugging at 22, bro. You gotta get out the streets, bro. You gonna pass away. You gonna die. You're not gonna live. You gotta take care of your kids. You gotta take care of your family. You gotta leave the streets. You can't tell that to a 9-year-old boy.
Did he just call him that artist? That artist. That boy can finger paint. That's all he got. Artist. What'd he rap about? I pissed my pants and I had to change them 'cause my mom yelled at me 2 days when I didn't take them off. I got booty stains all across. This girl threw a ball at my head and she said she liked me. I think she want me dead. That's the cost for being pimp player boss. I sell candy everywhere I go. I got 2 for $1 on paleteros. I'm the boss. Call me the boss. Ugh. Yeah. Loop that back, put a hook on it, give me $1 million.
What are you doing?
I'm not smoking crack.
Don't lie to me.
No, I am smoking crack.
Real talk though, I was 9 years old when I started doing, rugs. And lost my virginity at that age. I was banging things around streets and alleys, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I was a horrible person at 9 years old. Yeah, so I should have made $1 million. I'm stupid.
Last time you heard a bell ringing in your town? And I don't mean like a bell notification on your phone. I mean real bells. Church bells, town bells, bells ringing throughout an entire valley. For most of human history, that sound was everywhere. Lately, I've been digging into this theory about why it seems to have mostly disappeared from everywhere. So here's some real history first. In the early 20th century, hundreds of thousands of bells were confiscated worldwide. During World War II alone, Germany confiscated over 170,000 church bells across occupied Europe. The official explanation was that they were just melted down for the war effort. But here's where things get strange. There's surprisingly very little photographic evidence of any kind of mass bell smelting. Instead, records show many bells were carefully removed, cataloged, labeled, and stored in massive so-called bell cemeteries. Some were even buried, and every so often you'll find an article about someone who uncovered an old bell still buried under the ground. So if metal was so desperately needed for weapons, why preserve them at all? And that's where this theory comes in. Some researchers believe that these old bells weren't just noisemakers or timekeepers, they were cast from a specific copper tin alloy and tuned for resonance, tones long associated with things like emotional regulation, cohesion, and even healing. There's also the idea that ancient cathedrals built with sacred geometry were designed to amplify those effects acoustically. So why get rid of the bells? Well, some people believe that these bells were remnants of the Great Tartarian Empire, and that removing them was part of a broader erasure of beneficial old world technologies. And then there's the more sinister theory that says that the frequencies of these bells warded off low-frequency evil entities by unmasking their true nature and forms so that they can't blend into society and take us over. You know the ones. But that's all just a fringe theory. But anyway, what do you think? Make sure to drop your theories in the comments and let me know what you want to hear about next.
More and more I keep really thinking about this. In the Bible it says we lived a lot longer. Ancient tablets said we lived a lot longer. What if we were bigger too? What if we were healthier? I mean, have you read a book from 100, 200, 300 years ago? They sound incredibly intelligent, and yet the words and stuff we use now just seem so dumbed down. It's almost as if they're poisoning us with everything, the food, the water, the air. So that way we come in, we go back out. We don't have enough time to write the stuff down, to teach each other, to actually find spiritual peace inside. I mean, if you became, just a good being, a well all-around person where nothing bothers you or affects you and all you want to do is change and help, this world would do nothing but uplift everyone, and they can't have that. Why would you want to help each other? Destroy, burn, loot, be angry all day. That's what you should be doing.
That it's just too dangerous for us.
Yeah, so, if you don't drink the Kool-Aid, you don't drink the gold juice. So I was offered the gold juice 3 times in my 20s, my 30s, and
What's
my 40s.
that? Pee? A lot of golden showers in
The
Burbank.
gold juice that I will live forever and I'll have whatever I want. The gold juice. You never offered the gold juice?
No.
Now, I've done a video before speculating what the gold juice is, but thanks to my good friends Josh and Katie in the movie Avatar, we may have actually figured it out. And this isn't the sperm oil that you think it is. No, it's oil from a sperm whale. And in the movie clip from Avatar I'm about to show you, they're going into a whale. And remember, they always tell us the truth in the movies, and listen to what they say. And pay particular attention to the liquid color they extract. That's a whale.
The only way to reach the gland is from below. We drill up through the hard palate into the brain. Okay, here we go. Show me the money. So that's what this is all about. That's it. Amrita. Bad luck for the big guys. This stuff just happens to stop human aging, like, stops it. Ounce for ounce, the single most valuable substance known to man. This little vial here is worth like 80 million.
You ever see all the...
Story time. So I was dying once. I thought for sure I was out. And I had a cup of water next to me. And the cup of water turned yellow. And I was hallucinating. They told me I was hallucinating. Don't worry about things, because I was telling them, like, I'm seeing weird stuff. And they're like, it's okay. Your body's gone septic. you could die, you know, so just relax, breathe, and don't let it bother you. So I drank the water. I didn't think anything of it, but something was telling me, like, look at it. And I could see it turning yellow. It looked like something was added to it, but nothing was there. So I drank it, whatever. I got better and I felt a lot better. And in my head, years later, when I started hearing about this gold juice, I was thinking to myself, what if I drank it and it actually healed me and helped me? And then I started struggling with the fact of, did I drink it? Like, would I do it again? Did I enjoy the fact that that happened? Like, you know, what does that make me? What does that do to me? And of course, you know, it was just a hallucination. It wasn't all that, but the whole psychological part of, if I had the choice, would I have done it dying right there? And that scared me because I don't know. I mean, would I have? It's easy to talk big, but when you're on death's door, it's terrifying. Would you? Honestly, would you?
On the bed of the truck with some beer cans. Let's pop out with these guys and see what they got going on.
Copy that.
No. Hey, tell them to hang out real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Did you see him burning out? He burned out because that truck was struggling to move with that fat boy behind. He's like, my suspension. Oh, man. The other one, when he laid back, he just got shot back out. So, yeah, everybody got arrested when they all died and crashed. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Oh, que porra é essa?
Did he just see the DeLorean and Doc Brown pass by him? That's crazy. Marty McFly had his fly down. Did you see it? That's wild. Did you see it? Did you see it? Why does everybody always want to touch wild animals? It's a bear. It's a bear. What did you... Oh, let me get a selfie, right? Like, it's a bear.
Dr. Lee, you were in Turkey in 2009, and you took what I believe is the most startling pictures of UFOs I've ever seen. Please tell us the backstory.
Well, we were in a small town called Kumburgos, and this was on the European coast, and we decided to...
Did he just say what I think he said? Small town or what?
Film for a few days. So we rented a place and we spent the night there, and we filmed from about midnight till 4 something in the morning. And I believe that it was in 2009 also that Jaime Maussan from Mexico with his team was there also. We were out on kind of a platform that was close to the water, but above the level of the surrounding terrain, totally flat, good place to have a camera and to be able to look out over the ocean. There was a bright, very, very bright moon in the sky. The owner of the camera had taken a lot of UFO pictures before, so it was a 300 millimeter lens with an electronic doubler. That means we were able to get 600 power magnification. So to begin with, we started focusing on the moon, and this was a camera mounted on a tripod. We noticed that there was a small, what appeared to be a star below the moon, and noticed that this star was not a star. And we got really tight and close on the craft, and what we saw was absolutely mind-blowing because it was the front of what appeared to be a disc, and 3 portals were apparent because they were lit from the light coming from the inside of the craft, whereas the craft itself was being lit by the moon. So in each portal, you could actually see beings, and some of them was the typical black-eyed grays, but there were other beings that were there also. So in this central port, you saw several beings, and then there was one on each side. Now, we filmed that with a dog that was on the beach who was just barking his head off because he was seeing the craft. He wasn't barking at the moon, and there was nothing else going on. So as long as we were filming, this dog was barking until we finally got the dog off the beach. But it lasted for quite some time. I don't remember the exact
4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, it was enough to actually see the craft change position. It turned, and then when it turned, we could see that it was not a saucer at all, but more of a boomerang-shaped craft that, you know, had sort of an oblong aft end to it. And then it would change back to the central position and then move slightly to the other position. The footage, first of all, was given to the University of Istanbul, which is a government-run university. And the result of the analysis was that this was a real documented sighting of a UFO craft, was not photoshopped, and the film was, or the video was not tampered with in any way, shape, or form.
I'm not trying to say that that was aliens, but you could see him. You could see him driving and his friends. Like, they were hanging out. Like, he could have just waved to the camera. That was some weird stuff. Do you think somebody got anal probed after that? I just want to say I used to have a parrot mango. I watched that video and I thought he could if I just trained him. Rest in peace, Mango.
Wait, this can't be true.
Coca-Cola just
right?
signed a 5-year, $1.1 billion deal with Microsoft. 5 years ago, it was discovered that there were fluorescent nanoparticles in Coca-Cola. Now, if I were a conspiracy theorist, I might think there were more to this partnership.
Now, according to reports, Microsoft and the Coca-Cola Company have announced a 5-year strategic partnership to align Coca-Cola's core technology strategy system-wide. So it is said to enable the adoption of leading-edge technology and foster innovation and productivity globally. Using Azure OpenAI service, Coca-Cola is currently exploring the use of generative AI-powered digital assistants. Now, did you know they have found nanotechnology in Coca-Cola and in Pepsi products? Have a look at this. The biodistribution study in major organs indicated that the NPs were easily accumulated in the digestive tract, and they were able to cross the blood-brain barrier and dispersed into the brain. Questions? And of course,
yeah, when I think of the latest tech, I think of Coca-Cola, and I'm wondering, what is Coca-Cola doing right now? I should buy stock. There's some new tech going on somewhere. And then I think the government would never let them test on us until I realized that they were putting nanoparticles in the fog, and they have been doing that for quite a while. You can look that up, allegedly, but you can look that up because it's true. So if they want nanotech, you mean all the nanotech they've been talking about recently in your blood system, giving you vitamins, doing all this weird stuff? They might test it on the population en masse and then use a large trusted company to do it like they've done before, allegedly. That couldn't be. That couldn't be.
So did y'all hear about that girl on TikTok that's saying that Sandra Bullock's son is her biological son? And they basically stole her son at birth. She gave birth to twins and they took the boy. And she said when she was in the operating room, and for some reason Sandra Bullock, when they were rolling her out, Sandra Bullock was at her door, at the door of her operating room, and people were like taking pictures and they were just so happy, like congratulating her and stuff like that. And she was just like, what's going on? So apparently she's from the islands. She found out she was pregnant, and she said the entire time, like every time she got an ultrasound and stuff like that, they didn't let her see the screen or anything while she was getting an ultrasound. And she didn't know until basically the end of her term that she was having twins. They had her believing that she was only having one baby. So she believes that the plan was in place the entire time to basically sell her baby to Sandra Bullock. And she has pictures and everything, and she just remembers like this vividly, and she's been fighting for her son for all these years. He's not even a kid anymore. He's like older. He's a teenager, like 17 or something, I think. But all these years she's been fighting for her son, and they keep denying her. Lawyers, Sandra Bullock has not like made a statement about it, and it got big for a second on social media. And it's not like she sent her a cease and desist. She didn't send the lawyers after her, nothing. And she won't do a DNA test. They wouldn't let her talk to the police when she was in the hospital. She wanted to talk to the police because she's like, where's my baby? And they stopped. She called the police. They just told the police she was crazy, and the police never even spoke to her. So I just thought that was crazy, because I know that stuff like that happens. Like, and if they took that child's baby, well, if they took that woman's baby, that's messed up. But I know for a fact that stuff definitely happens like that in Hollywood. Like, if you have enough money, there are doctors that work with these quote-unquote elites. You know, I don't know. I was just going down that rabbit hole last night, and I was wondering if y'all heard about it.
I remember years ago when I used to just trust everything and be like, no way, that's so strange, that's crazy, that could never happen. Now if you tell me the sun is not the same, it's probably a giant light bulb, I'll be like, you know what? It is. So yeah, Sandy probably did that. Allegedly, but she probably did that.
Well, we've been warned robots might one day take over the world, and now it seems really tiny ones could soon be swimming through our veins. Swiss researchers have created this microbot, less than 2 millimeters in size, that can be injected into the bloodstream, where it can then deliver essential drugs to specific areas of the body quickly. Scientists can control the device from outside the body using magnetic fields, and once it reaches the desired location, it dissolves and releases the medication. It's hoped it could help deliver more effective treatments to stroke patients or those with sizable tumours that usually require large doses of drugs and therefore can carry increased side effects. For now, the tiny robot has only been tested on animals, with human trials still 3 to 5 years away, but it's been described as a big step.
Latest news, Coca-Cola has a new buyout as they merge with a new tech company, allegedly. Like, yeah, we're screwed, huh? We're screwed.
Tower of Babel is one of my favorite stories from the Bible, because I think there's actually some evidence for this occurring. And I think it's different than what most people think. So we always visualize and see it depicted in artwork of being this giant stone tower that goes up, and this idea that they were trying to actually physically climb it like a skyscraper to get up to heaven to reach God, which is kind of silly. It makes a lot more sense if you start thinking of this as like a Stargate or something. So we have to ask ourselves, where was the Tower of Babel? Where Babylon was actually in Iraq, what we would call Iraq today. So Iraq is what we would call in the Bible Babylon. So what would be in Babylon or Iraq today that matches? Well, this is the ziggurat of Ur. Okay, so this is an ancient Mesopotamian temple, and look at these ramps that go up, and notice how the top of this makes it obvious that this whole giant section here that you see is actually just the foundation or the base. And you can clearly see when you get an overhead view that there was some kind of a tower that went off of the top. And this is where it gets really fascinating. These giant ramps go up, and then it looks like there probably was a huge tower that extended up off of the top, and this is in actual Babylon, and it all makes sense. They estimate that that might be what it really looked like. But here's where it gets weird. Hillary Clinton, over her period from 2003, I think, up to 2013, they actually submitted a request to try and go find the resurrection chambers of Gilgamesh. And they went to none other than Iraq, and they went in to the ziggurat there in Iraq. So it makes you wonder, what were they looking for? The resurrection chambers of Gilgamesh and the bodies of the buried Nephilim. So here are soldiers in Iraq going in to the ziggurat in Iraq, and you have to wonder what was really buried underneath the Tower of Babel. And is this actually what the Tower of Babel actually was? And when you look at the history of it, Saddam Hussein's forces were there for a long time, and then the US military took over in 2003, and now there's even an Air Force base outside there.
I wanted to put that in because it's a very, very interesting rabbit hole when you really go down it. You look into the emails on what Clinton, allegedly, this is all allegedly, she was going back and forth, and they were trying to find his tomb. I mean, it's not like they didn't do it. And then we went to Iraq and everything got shut down. And there was stuff, you can look all this up. It was freshly found. I mean, there was groundbreaking stuff. And then we went in there and broke ground with the military. And then next thing you know, and this is allegedly but really true, a bunch of artifacts from Iraq museums were being found at soldiers' homes because they were taking it. I mean, they were allowed to, they were, getting it back somehow, and all that stuff has to be processed some way, somehow. So maybe they were grabbing the extras. I don't know. But if you look into it, there is a huge rabbit hole there. Check it out. It's pretty interesting.
In case you weren't aware, our president, Donald J. Trump, shared the most bizarre conspiracy theory about Joe Biden being a robot or something. Check this out. From user LLIJH on Truth Social, they say, there is no Joe Biden executed in 2020. Biden clones doubles and robotic engineered soulless, mindless entities are what you see. Democrats don't know the difference. I'm not sure what clones doubles are, and the grammar is just all over the place. And look at the sheer number of hashtags and tags in this. Wow. I really wish I lived in a different country right now. Like, it is embarrassing that our president of the United States of America would repost something like this. Now, it could be, and he'd probably say this if questioned about it, that he was just reposting this old photo of himself. But that doesn't really cut it, because just below the photo, it says the post here. There is no Joe Biden, blah, 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 blah. It's one thing for our president to be okay with QAnon conspiracy theorists, but for him to repost what they're saying himself, spreading it to the world, that's not okay.
If you look into this conspiracy, they were talking about taking him to Gitmo. Not only him, but a lot of people. I'm looking for the video right now. But a lot of celebrities were being found with monitors on their ankles. And honestly, why? They were all around the same time. It was a lot of them, too. I mean, even some politics that were pretty high up there. I'm not going to try to name any names, but I'm going to look for the video right now so it can talk for me, because I get blacklisted, and next thing you know, my video has 2 views, and both of them are me. So let me look for it. I'll be back.
Now, let's make this clear. TikTok, this is fake news. This is just my hypothetical thinking, opinion, whatever you want to call it. So, Gitmo. There's just been a lot of theories about these politicians and celebrities being sent to Gitmo to be executed. So do you guys remember during the COVID period when you saw a lot of celebrities and politicians spotted with ankle monitors? As you can see, Hillary is modeling her ankle monitor. And we also can't forget about the infamous Ellen modeling her ankle monitor. But did you guys also remember during COVID when a lot of CEOs were stepping down? Now that list goes on and on. So this list behind me, now if this is true, basically what I'm trying to get at in this video is if all these politicians and celebrities have been executed, then we've been literally looking at CGI and actors on TV. That's it. They're gone. These people are gone if this list is true. So TikTok, don't take this video down.
Yo, that's a lot of names right there. That's a lot of names right there, dude. Wow. And it keeps going.
No, there was a time that a mass amount of people were stepping down or getting fired, very high up executives. And to me, what I believe it was at the time, allegedly, was the Epstein files and the stuff that was coming out. Now, when people find out that you're a pedo and you're into those files and you're a horrible person when it comes to that grimy stuff, they don't want you around. And don't get me wrong, there is a small group that will love you, but there is a lot larger group that will take you out and personally enjoy it. And I'm one of them. So yeah, when people started finding out how sick some of them really were, people turned on people, and next thing you know, there was a lot of back and forth in some ways. But let's just say that's why they say right now people are wearing a lot of masks. Allegedly, it's all allegedly, because they didn't make it out. So a lot of them did not make it. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm still here just to second guess and doubt it all and look at you and go, you want to figure it out with me? Oh. Now, with that said, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is a kind of dark one, but I guess I haven't. It's not that I don't feel good. I've been depressed. Christmas is hard. I have spent all my money, and I'm trying to make people feel happy. And when it comes around, like, I'm going to be second guessing and looking at things and be like, I should have got that. I should have did this. Oh, man, I forgot about that. There's always something I forget about. I mean, throughout the year, people love you and treat you good. And when it comes time to show them that back, you want to do it. When there's so many people in your life, damn, it's hard to just focus on a few and just show them. But for those out there that really take it far, I wanted to say the SUS hotline gets really bad. Personally, if you reach out to me, you say anything, you need some help, I'll be there for you. There's too many people out there that are going and incredibly sad and overdrink and do too much. So let me just make sure to tell everybody out there, if you're watching this, I personally will miss you. I don't even know you, but I'm sure you bring light to this world. All you gotta do is walk around and smile, and somebody's day will be better for it. Don't forget that you are loved. Somebody out there cares, and if not, then I do. Just don't do anything too wild. Call somebody. Go find a friend. Go make a friend. Go hit a bar and have a drink with somebody instead of by yourself in the room. That gets too far. I know you know what I mean. Please, get out. Go take a walk. Go hit the gym. Gym will make you feel better. Give you some confidence. Get some muscle. Do something, please. Just don't do that. Merry Christmas.